I spent almost $150 in 2 stores that I could have easily spent way more, and yet I still have regrets about what I purchased. Do you agree that less is more? You know that feeling when you're in a store and you just want everything, but your budget can't afford everything, and you know you don't need everything, but you still just love buying pens. So how do you decide what to buy? I recently took a trip to New York City, and while I was there, I went to 2 pen stores, and I didn't plan it this way, but they turned out to be pretty opposite. One is a maximalist style and one is a minimalist style, and I'll let you decide which one you like better. The first one is called Kinokuniya, and it's right behind the New York City Public Library. It has anime and books and toys and a bunch of other things, but I stayed in the stationery section for a long time. I was very overwhelmed. I was really excited about everything and I wanted to buy everything, but in the end, I had to remember that I have a lot of great supplies at home, so I don't need anything. I really loved this glass pen because it's mini and it's so cute and I wanted to buy it, but you know what? I already have 4 glass pens. I don't need another glass pen right now. Here are all of the things that I did buy, and some of this I'm really excited about, and some of it I regret a little bit. I made some quick decisions, and now that I've had the time to think it over, I maybe don't need everything here. These are the cutest stickers that I got for my daughter. They are puffy stickers, and they're the best for little fingers. When I turned the corner and saw this washi tape, I knew I was in trouble. They are the cutest little washi tapes here. I love them. But luckily, I was able to make it out with only 2. This one is cute little animal faces, and they're stickers. I thought it was a strip, but they're actually individual stickers, and they are transparent. They are super cute. I love them. And then this one is really fun. It's Humpty Dumpty, and there was a place where we used to live that had a Humpty Dumpty statue that I used to love with my kids, and so that is why this is really special washi tape. I had to get it, and I was able to stick with just these 2. I was feeling really proud of myself because I already have a lot of washi tape and the designs are so cute. It's really hard to not buy all the washi tape. Surprisingly, these are the only pens that I got. This is the only brush pen. I have some regrets about this one. This store, though, actually didn't have that many brush pens. They did have a few, and I got this one because I do like the real bristles. However, I got home and I realized I have a lot of these pens with the real bristles, and this one is nothing special compared to those ones, and so I didn't need to get that one. I just really felt like I needed to get a brush pen. And these ones, the Uniball Signo gel pens, I love these so much. So I got the gold, white, and black, and I could have gotten so many other colors. I could have gotten every color. And that was really what was the benefit of this store, is that they have all the pens in every color. Individually, you can buy them. And I just know myself, though, that I don't use colorful gel pens as much. I do have a set that I really, really love, but the ones that I use over and over again are gold, black, and white. And I know that the Uniball Signo, these ones are some of my very favorite. So that is one thing that can help you not have regrets when you are buying something, is when you know for sure these are pens that you use all the time and you know that you already love them. When I got to this wall of the notebooks, I got really overwhelmed because the paper is so smooth, and a lot of these I've seen on jet pens, so I did buy a little bit too many. The thing is, it's really hard to find notebooks with super smooth paper. I just wanted to try everything. This one is called Sufa. It's the Kokuyu brand that I hear all the time on jet pens, and this one is the same brand. I'm pretty sure these two are very similar. This one has a dot grid, and this soft ring is so nice, so you'll be able to write over it as you're pressing your hand on it. And I decided to use some of my brush pens to see how smooth it is, and I think that I only needed to buy this one. This is an A5 size. It's dot grid. That is what I do. This is super smooth paper. My pen ran out of ink, so luckily I have a backup because I do love these. These are the Zebra mild liner brush pens, and so I'm feeling that it is really smooth for my brush pens. I do like it a lot. I used the bullet tip of my marker as well. However, the paper is pretty thin. This is probably like a rodeo notepad, and so it's probably going to be a single page use. And then I pulled out this one. The size is a little bit smaller and it is graph paper. So I really didn't need to buy this one. It has those soft rings. It's basically the same as the first one, same brand and everything, same paper, but I don't use graph paper very much. And this one is the same. It kind of ghosts through. So that is my regret. I did not need to buy both of those. And then this one is Maruman, which I hear on jet pens all the time. Maruman. Anyways, it is really nice, really smooth. I got the blank pages and I am really liking this one. I don't usually use blank pages. I like to have the dot grid so that it helps me as I'm laying out my designs a little bit. So I'm not sure how I'm going to use this one as much. This one is the same. It's not bleeding through, but it does ghost a little bit because the paper is a little bit more thin. So that's going to be single-sided as well. And next I got the Tomo River paper. This is the best paper for fountain pens, and I've heard about this paper so much and I haven't ever seen it in a store before, and so I had to buy it. But now taking it home, I'm realizing I don't use fountain pens and I don't use single sheets of paper. I mean, hardly ever, maybe for practice, but I just love to use my journal. And so what am I going to do with all of these loose sheets of paper? And it does ghost and warp a little bit, but now I know, I guess. I was wondering if it was going to work for tracing paper, so I pulled out my book and I put this paper on top. It's not quite as transparent as tracing paper, but it is thin enough that I could see through. So this actually will work for tracing paper, although I do have plenty of tracing paper, so I just didn't need to buy it. But now I know. And by the way, this is my book, Handlettering for Beginners. This is the monoline font section. Now for the Minimalist store, it's called Muji, and there's a few different locations. I have heard of these pens, but I was surprised to find out that Muji is actually a lot more than just pens. They're clothes, home goods, skincare, hair care products, and what I read online is that Muji is going for the less is more feel. Everything was super simple and basic. It's not overly branded. I didn't feel overwhelmed because the selections were really easy to choose from. I don't have as many regrets from the things I bought here, but I do have a few, and let's take a look at these. So I bought these 2 bags. I couldn't decide between the sizes. There was only these 2 sizes, and this big one, it fits the A5 journal, and then it has another pocket in there for some pens. And this one I thought would be good for my phone. And then I got this little pen case, and this is where I will store all my Muji pens. So those are not too bad. The 2 bigger ones, I'm not sure how I'm actually going to use them. We will see. And so this is how all of the pens fit in there. This is masking tape. It's washi tape, but it's the craft color. And I was really excited about this because it's just a super basic, super simple color that I can use on anything. And now let's take a look at the pens that I got. So first I wanted to try these 2 different pencils. This one is clear. It has a rubber grip for your fingers, and I got some lead in the 0.5 size. I just needed more, so it was a good time to buy it. And then this pencil, somehow it's really smooth writing. I don't know if it's the weight of the pencil because the lead is the same as the other one. And so I'm not sure why it feels so smooth, but it does. So I bought 2 pencils that I probably didn't need both of them, but I did. So then I got this pen that clicks, and it was the 0.5 size. And then this one has the lid in the 0.7. And then I got a pink one just to try a color. And then there's an oil-based one with 2 different sizes of tips. And then I got the calligraphy brush nib, and I will show you that. Another thing about Muji is that everything is really inexpensive, so it was easy to feel like I wanted to buy a lot. The 0.5 size was really good. I like that it's the click. It is a regular ballpoint pen. It's a really good, smooth writing ballpoint pen. I just don't use ballpoint pens very much, so I probably didn't need these. And then I actually got 2 of the calligraphy brush pens because I thought this is going to be the one that I would use the most, but it's the same as the one that I got from the other store. And I have other pens like this that are a little more inky and juicy, and so I probably won't use it as much as I thought. I got this oil-based pen because I like that it has a medium tip and a fine tip, although I brought it home and remembered that actually I don't use oil-based pens because this is the one type of pen that bleeds through my Archer and Olive journal, and so that was a bummer. Did not need to buy that. The notebook section in Muji is really simple. There's a few different sizes and black, gray, or craft color. So I got this really little one. The paper is so smooth. That's why I got these. Even though I don't really use lined paper, I like the small size, but this one is probably just going to be like a junk notebook, which is fine. It was really inexpensive. And then for the bigger one, I got the A5 size, and this one as well is lined. They did have some other dot grid journals, but I chose this one because the paper was even smoother than the dot grid. That is why I got these, and once again, just like the journals that I got at the other store, probably did not need to get this many. So one thing that I am learning is that I can go to a store and enjoy what's there in the store, and I don't need to bring it home, because as you can see, I did have some regrets about the purchases that I made here. I think it's also especially hard when you are pen shopping on a trip, because I'm not going to be able to just go back to these stores anytime. This was a special occasion to go here. As much as I love pens, I really do believe that less is more. If you would like to see my top 5 favorite types of pens, I will leave that video right here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you there.